friends, it's Carolina Moore, your favorite sewing and quilting YouTuber, and today we're talking about the ballpoint turning tool. You may have seen me use it in some other videos, but I wanted to do one video that was a deep dive all about this tool, where it came from, why we have it, what we can use it for, so let's get started. Now I designed 3 different foundation paper piece jewelry patterns, which have 8 different designs in each pattern. This is a lot of really tiny piecing that then gets sewn all the way around and flipped right side out. And when I sent this out to pattern testers, the number one thing that I heard from my pattern testers was that they had a tough time getting those corners poked out. And I get it. That is not an easy thing to do. And I started looking for a good solution. I was asking lots of people what was out there, and actually the best response that I got was this thing. This is by OESD. If you're not familiar with OESD, it's a really great company that does embroidery designs, so machine embroidery. I don't have a machine that does machine embroidery yet. I don't know, maybe one day. But for folks who do machine embroidery, they are very familiar with OESD because they have some amazing designs and apparently some pretty good notions. So this is one of the ones that came up. I didn't love it for a couple reasons. The first is that it looks very dental to me, and as someone who has dental anxiety, having something that looks like a dental tool in my sewing room is not great for me. And the other is the size of the balls on the end. I felt like they were a bit big for what I was wanting. So I'm going to show you in actually turning a project right side out how this works. All right, I have this butterfly design that I'm going to turn right side out, and the first step for me is using some quilty hemostats. Now these already exist out in the world. I have no plans on making my own design of quilty hemostats because I think that this design is already great and I don't think I can improve on it. This, by the way, is a medical tool, but this one is done by Riley Blake, and they've made it cute, which I really appreciate, because hemostats, yes, they're a medical tool, but we can use them in quilting, and even better if they look a little less, medical. This is a little harder to do on camera because I'm trying to hold everything for you to see. When I do it, I have the base of the hemostats up against my body and I'm pulling it away from me, which is a little more natural and a little easier to do, but that's okay. For these purposes, we're doing it this way so that you can see. All right, so I'm done. I'm going to pull off the quilty hemostats. This has been turned right side out. The hole on this is big enough that I could just use my finger to get things started. I've also used the hemostats in the past because they have a nice blunt tip to kind of get things started. All right, I'm going to take this out of my package, and you can see there's a big ball on one end and a smaller ball on the other. And if I compare the big ball to the big ball on my tool, you can see there's quite a difference in size. And if I compare the big ball on my tool to the small ball, they're pretty close. And then the small on mine is even smaller, just a scotch smaller. So trying to use this big tool here, I don't feel like it's going to get, and it really doesn't. It doesn't get the progress that I need on these corners with that large end. Oh, I got a little bit there. But with the large end on mine, I'm able to pop those corners right out. And it's all about having that little ball that can get into these corners. And I'm twisting my wrist. It's a lot of wrist to get it all in the corners. And you definitely, if you don't already know this, you want to use a smaller stitch length on things like this. That'll give you less space between the stitches for something to be able to poke through or poke out. And then I have a special method for clipping my corners as well, so that I'm not clipping so darn close to that corner, which makes it a little stronger as well. So now I have it all turned right side out. I can tuck in my end here. I'll want to clip off those threads. But now I can go and stitch this all closed and add some quilting, and I'll have a finished bag charm or other project. So that's the ballpoint turning tool. You can certainly get it from my online shop, but I highly recommend that you go to your favorite local quilt shop and tell them that they can order it through their favorite distributor, and that way you will be both supporting me by buying my tool and supporting your local quilt shop, because you'll be buying it through them and helping support them, and you'll have a really nifty tool for the next time that you need to turn something right side out and get those corners just perfect. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, leave any questions or comments down below, and subscribe to this channel. Alright friends, that's it for today. I'll see you right here real soon. Bye for now.